as an undergraduate, it is required of you to undertake a research project for sciences, for social management, for management science field, for education, for arts, among others. You are expected at some point to undertake a research project. Okay, yeah, and for this you'll be allocated a supervisor who will be like a compass for you all through the process of that research. But in a situation where you are confused as to where to even start from, that's the reason I'm coming up with this video of, okay, where can I get research work that could even provide me a guide and all that? So you are the right place for that. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about 8 best websites that I know where you could get research projects. The first one is what you are seeing on the screen, myproject.ng. So when you get to myproject.ng, that is www. That is after putting on your system in www.myproject.ng, it brings you up here. You will see the project on this very platform divided into different fields. You see accounting education, agricultural, engineering, among architecture, among others. Okay, so what you do first and foremost is, if you have your topic, excellent. So just put in your topic here. If you have your topic, just put it here. It will bring up all the related projects that are on this platform. Okay, that are available only on this platform. So from there you can start. Alternatively, in a situation where you do not have any project work at all, as a topic, you do not have any project topic at all, and you are in accounting, for example, you could just come here, do a click on accounting section or accounting column. It will bring up all the topics that are in accounting as per this portal. I mean, at this website, it will bring you all the topics. Now look at this: assessments of the impact of competency-based pay system on retention of employees in Nigerian banks. Okay, so from here now you might decide that, okay, I'm going to be looking at assessment of you. This one looks at assessment of the impact of competency-based pay system. This person is looking at competency-based pay system, the impact of that on retention of employees in Nigeria. One is dependent, the other one is independent variable. Okay, let me, instead of competency based pay system, let me look at another variable, then look at how it affects retention. So from here you can start looking at, okay, assessment of the impact of, instead of me looking at competency based pay system, let me look, I'm not in accounting, so I may not be able to give you a perfect way of trying to twist the topic so that you'll be able to get another one. So that is, you are trying to change the context of the topic to come up with your own topic. Another one is impact assessment of small credit finance to poverty alleviation in the rural. So you might decide that, okay, this person is looking at rural society in Nigeria. Okay, me, I'm not even going that wide. Let me look at urban society in Nigeria. Mind the word urban society in Nigeria. Then when you download this material, you look at how was the person able to pick a sample that made him go ahead using the word rural society. Okay, he used this sampling technique. Okay, let me also use him. But mine now is not rural, it is urban. That's a way to come about a topic. Another one could be investigation of availability and uses of financial statements in You know the field, okay? If you are in accounting, you understand better. This is one platform that can give you a guide on that. The second platform is this one that you're seeing on the screen, right? That's iproject.com.ng. That is project.com.ng. When you get in here, all of them most likely have different category for different fields, different departments. We looked at accounting the other time, so let's look at commerce this time around. So I'm going to be looking at commerce. So it will give us topics that are related to commerce as available on this platform, as available on this website. So you can play around it using the same technique. There is another video I'm going to be doing. The video will talk about how you can pick a project topic or some project topic, then play around them and come up with your own. An example is what I just did before. That was looking at rural. The other one that was looking at rural, I went about, okay, let me look at the urban. Okay, that is contextual manipulation of topics. You can do that. Then you come up with your own original topic. It could be methodology, the research methodology that you are going to be looking at. Maybe in the person's research methodology, this is the kind of method you use. Okay, you use another method. Okay, it could be the focus group that the person used. You use another focus group. There are better ways to go about it. So, but I will come up with a video on that. Okay, you can please subscribe so that you'll be able to get the updates once it drops. Now on this one, I'm on commerce right now. Okay, critical, creative, and caring thinking as a solution to violence in Nigeria. Blah blah blah. Blah. So if this is appealing to me, okay, I can do a click on it. When you do a click on it, you'll be able to see the project. Some might require you to pay. You can go ahead and make the payment so that you can have access to the projects and all that. You see, get complete project material files now. Possibly they will require you to make XYZ payment. You can see 1 to 5 chapters. That's the way all of them are. I think how much is this? Yeah, it's just 5,000 naira. So you can make a payment of that using your card, then you'll be able to have the project. So from that, you can use that project. If you choose to print, you can choose to print. But if I think I'll do another video where we'll pick a particular project, then we'll use AI now to come up with new topic, then to come up with the methodology and all of that. Those feeling, I'll be able to get that done. Okay, so you can do that. Another platform where you can get project as well is ResearchWap. As the word implies, in the last class that we had, where Dr. Ibrahim Adinoyi was able to dissect for us, break down for us components of a research, the chapter one, the chapter two, what they all comprise and all that. So we all know how to go about it, but this is not what that is about. I'm even talking about, we have not even started. Okay, I want to talk about, we are talking about how do I even get the research project. That's what brought us here. And now, okay, yeah, it was telling us about research, that there is nothing new that you want to search. That's everything it is to research. You go back and do what others have done in a new way, add to it, add value to it, and all of those things. Okay, that makes it research. Okay, so you can come to this platform as well, researchwap.com. When you get in there, so you also see different field, different section and all that. Do a click. Let me look at adult education, for example. When you do a click on that, it's going to bring up research projects that are downloaded under the category of adult education. So if that seems to be your field, then you know what to do about it. Look at it. Factors affecting study habits, academic performance of National Open University Study Center. Look at this focus group, National Open University Study Center. That is the focus of this student. I may now decide that, oh, factors affecting study habits and academic performance of open and distance learning students. I can say a case study of CDL, a case study of Ahmadu Bello University distance learning, a case study of, you understand? You have picked what somebody had done, then you are coming up with something else. Okay, that's how to add value. Because this person was looking at National Open University, you are looking at another area. Okay, this person is looking at factors affecting. Okay, now you can say, okay, factors promoting study habits. Do you understand? So that's how to go about it. So that's actually the beauty of this video. You can, when you see several topics, it gives you an idea of, okay, I can come up with this, I can come up with this. Okay, another example is problems and prospects of adult education in Nigeria. Prospects, problem and prospect of adult education in Nigeria. Another one is factors. If you know how to go about it. The fourth platform that I want to talk about is EduProject.ng. EduProject, that is EduProject.ng. When you get there, you also see by the left hand side different categories. So let's go to business administration category right now. When you get business category, you will see different topics that have been, different research projects that have been treated. So you can pick any of them. Look at this: compensation policy as means of attracting and retaining employee in Nigeria. This person is looking at compensation policy. Okay, that is independent variable. Now, as a means of attracting and retaining employee in Nigeria, that one is dependent. Okay, because the compensation is the one influencing the attracting and retraining of employee. So the compensation policy is the one changing this other one, but compensation policy doesn't change. That's the reason we say that compensation policy, it is independent, while attracting and retaining is the dependent variable. Okay, now when you look at that, you now say, okay, this person is looking at compensation policy. Which policy can I look at? Okay, let me look at then you find another policy. If you are in the field, you'll be able to know. If another one is effect of customer satisfaction strategy on customer retention in First Bank. Look at this, First Bank. That's the focus. You might choose another focus. Then you are okay. You understand? Then get this research project. You'll be able to study the method the person used in First Bank. How was he able to navigate? Then you will be using the same methodology in another bank, which is your own focus. Your own might become a microfinance bank. Your own might be Zenith Bank. Then you have your topic. You are okay. Another one is impact of remuneration in manufacturing. So you might say that, okay, impact of remuneration in manufacturing company. Okay, that means which one is affecting which one? Remuneration is the one affecting the manufacturing industry. Okay, let me not look at manufacturing industry. Let me look at this other industry, human industry. So the effect of the impact of remuneration in human industry, or let me say we know all of those. Okay, is your field. So you'll be able to play around the topic, and as I said, I'll come up with a video on that. Now, the fifth one that I want to talk about is ModishProject. Quite huge. This site is quite huge. So when you get in here, you see several topics that you can also play around. Okay. Now come to projects. You'll be able to select the categories, select where you're going. You might type the topic that you intend to explore. So from that, you'll be able to see the topics. Let me see. Accounting projects topics. You see the material as well. African language for art, among others. So let's scroll down. This is I want to go to a new field entirely. Okay, look at this. Dentistry projects topics. Let's click it. It's not my field actually. So let's click it and see available research projects on it. When you see it, when you see research projects, it's just like you seeing human being like you. When you see a fellow human being like you look at, this person looks like this person looks like this person looks like, what triggers you relating the person that you have known with this new person is the fact that you are seeing this new person. That is what having a sample project does for you. When you see a sample project, it links you to what you could do, unlike you staying put and abstractly trying to come up with a topic. Is that okay? Okay, yeah. So let's look at this. For example, moral problems in Nigerian educational system. Okay, halitosis among students in Shehu Idris College of Science and Technology. You see, this one was specifically on a particular organization. Wherever your school is, you could also do same. Then you will now download this and study how the person was able to carry out his research. Then you are okay. Okay. The next one I'm going to be talking about, which is the sixth one, is ProjectHublet. ProjectHublet. So mind you, all of those ones that I've visited or that I've talked about, you can actually order these projects. They will send them to you electronically. Then you can download them, print them if you choose to, study them. Then you use that to come up with your own projects. Then you'll be okay. Then the class we have been having on projects. If you have not been part of the class, you are really missing a lot. If you wish to be part of the class, you can just DM me, okay, or in the description below. I will send the link to the class there. It's actually on Google Meet. We always do it every week. So I think every Saturday 7 to 9. So you can always join so that you'll be able to get perfect knowledge on projects and all of those things. It's quite free. It's free, at least for now. Yeah, okay. So you see on this platform as well, you see different topics, library and information science projects. You do a click, let's assume that that's my field. When you do a click on it, it's going to bring up research projects under that field. The same process, the same way every one of them is. Okay, you download it if it is related and all of that. And the seventh one is projectmaster.com.ng. Projectmaster.com.ng. When you get there, you see different categories of projects, your field, Now we've looked about okay, we look at biological sciences. So let's find we look at business education. We look at business, so we can call that business education. Okay, now let's look at computer science. You see the number of topics, I mean research projects that are on it. So that is on projectmaster.com.ng. You'll be able to see different topics that have been developed in that very field. So you can put down the same thing can have the same thing applies to academics. From here you can come up with, I don't want to talk about it anyway. I will find another video, but from here you can come up with a research work. You understand, the research paper among others. Okay, now you see what someone has done. It gives you an idea how to, okay, this there is a gap in what this person studied. Let me try to look at the gap. Then you have your research paper. Okay, design and implementation of a result processing and student registration system. This is what this person is looking at. So when you download it, you'll be able to get an idea of how to go about yours. Now, the final one that I'm going to be talking about is Obiaks project. The address is project.obiaks.com. The same way you see by the on this on their site, on their platform, you will see different category. That is where different projects related to different categories are dropped. So I strongly believe that you found this video very resourceful, useful, and I really wish you the very best in your research project. So if you do not mind, kindly subscribe because I still have more videos, especially the one that has to do with. I'm going to pick a particular research work, play around, twist it, and come up with a new research topic. Then we'll be able to try to play around it, and I will use another video to do that. So kindly subscribe, like, and share, and please click on the notification button so that you get notified once the new video drops. Thank you very much.